What is going on, guys? Joe here. Welcome back to my channel, and today we continue on with the Giro d'Italia, and I cannot wait for this one because we have the first big climbs of the race, and we have an interesting race unfolding already because we've had 2 time trials so far, which has left Hugh Carthy in the Maglia Rosa. And if we take a very quick look at the stages we have coming up in this one, we have a very, very exciting, completely flat stage on stage 6, but we then have some big climbs on stage 7, 234 kilometers as well, with the Monte Catria, the main climb. We then have the first mountaintop finish at the race with the Passo Lancio on stage 8. Stage 9, again, a chance for the sprinters before a very fun stage to finish off today with a punchy one to Perixx. And by the way, I think I completely forgot to mention it and had it down as incorrect in the preview in the first episode, but we do want to go for stage wins. We already have 2 of them, so we're pretty much free now to just go after the Giro GC and try and rack up as many stage wins as possible. Getting underway then from Bisetto, and we have a very nice +5 day with Andrea Baggioli to get us underway today. Do I try and put him in the breakaway? Doesn't really suit him. I think we're just going to have to go for either David Decker or Sebastian Milano. And the only other thing that could have made this stage interesting was some crosswinds. We have 0 km/h winds right now, so I think we're just going to stay in the main group. To be honest, I would be lying if I said much had happened in this one so far. We have the peloton cruising along, and we have 3 minutes up to a 4-man breakaway. So we now move into the final 16 kilometers of this one. Battistella and the rest of the breakaway are now done. I have formed a 5-man train with David Decker trying to get out the way Dens, and says, "Bo, let's get David Decker on the back right there, push this to 88 and come right to the front of the main group." So we now sweep into the final 9.5 kilometers. If I take a quick look at this map, it is literally flat. I can see the finish right up the road. Let's push this a little bit with Captain Price. In fact, I could follow Cataneo just briefly right there, save a little bit of energy. Captain Price is now done for the day, so I will take the wheel of Jorgensen with Patrick Conrad. We have Baggioli, Conrad, Milano and David Decker in this train. Let's go 99 right now with Patrick Conrad, and we fly past the American, looking brilliant until David Decker is blocked off just a little bit, spending a little red right there, trying to get back on. It's not ideal at all, but Baggioli now needs to go to 99 as well. We have UAE and Movistar on either side right here. Can I time this correctly? Not quite sure. As we come into the final kilometer right now, David Decker going for the line. We're not going to take it today. Fernando Gaviria wins stage 6 of the Giro d'Italia. Way too early by me again on that occasion, so we cannot add to our 2 current stage wins at the race, and Gaviria gets his first. Finally then, we have some big climbs, and we start today with a climb near San Marino. We then head to the Monte Catria before finishing in Saltara with Adam Yates and Wout van Aert the favourites. So as we get underway, you can see we have some very nice race days on our main riders, not so much our domestiques, but Foss, Conrad and Baggioli all on a +2, whilst Majka a +3. So maybe we could even try some attacks with Majka in the final, but I will try and put Foss or Baggioli in today's breakaway, I think. So we swing towards San Marino and this climb right here around 6 kilometers, and I'm going to try and push the tempo right here with Tobias Foss just a little bit, and we are now going to try and put Andrea Baggioli up the roads in today's breakaway if he comes to the right hand side of the roads. Let's try and join that group up the roads. And that seems to have worked pretty well because no one has followed right there, and Baggioli instantly bridges past Martinelli. We have Battistella, Gaul and Almeida Ghent as well. Just a couple 100 meters up the road, and there you go. We join these guys in the breakaway. And I believe Baggioli could be a realistic option for the Maglia at Zura. So I will try and take some points here against Samuel Battistella, who tries to come past us with a few 100 meters left. I think Baggioli will be quick enough, It is Bagioli versus Battistella, and there you go. We do take all of those points. And suddenly we're seeing loads of guys fall right now on the road. Jürgen Rylance, a former YTC rider himself, has fallen, and no one from Arkea is helping Simon Yates. What is going on right here? Simon Yates trying to make his own way back in today. Okay, we are now approaching the Monte Catria, and it is pretty steep, pretty much all the way, to be fair. I've pulled a Benji Naesen by forgetting to get any water. Let's hope TJ can do that ahead of the climb. And we may even try something on this climb, who knows, because Bagioli has under 3 minutes right now to that group. So 110k to go. We come onto this narrow, very, very narrow road. Let's try and put our guys right to the front of this group because it is so narrow. And 3 minutes to the head of the race, Bagioli is going to try a little attack here. Why not? He is the strongest climber by far of all of these riders in the breakaway. Let's try and put them under some serious pressure right now. Tempo at 80. Let's see if any of these riders can live with Andrea Bagioli, and that forces a pretty high tempo, does it, now in the main group. So Felix Gau has been dropped, but Battistella and Almeida Gent have done a very good job staying with Andrea Bagioli right to this point. I'll try another little kick with the Italian. Can we drop them right here? We're running pretty low on yellow right here, and there you go. We have dropped them, and we should be on our way to all 32 of those KOM points. And by attacking with Bagioli, it means we don't need to set a tempo in the main group. Instead, other teams are going to do that for us because they're worried about Bagioli getting so far up the road. As you see, over 5 minutes right now. What a race Bagioli is having as he is about to crest the top of the climb right here. There you go. Monte Catria. Bagioli, push it over the top, my man. Very good ride so far today. 100k solo to go. Let's see if he can do it. No surprise then. Bagioli caught by Battistella and Almeida Gent. We still have 3 minutes though back to the main group. And I think Quinn Simmons has put in a little attack. Here we go then. 50k to go. The breakaway have under a minute lead right now. And Rafal Majka is going to try and come right to the front of this group, proving a little difficult. Again, a very narrow road, and Bagioli is going to try and kick away from his breakaway companions. He has plenty of energy to try and stay away from the peloton. We're going to try and take position to the front with Majka and comrades, but Bagioli, a big move, and these guys just cannot follow him. What a talent we have in Andrea Bagioli. Let's keep this going to the top of the climb if we can. So right now, I'm pretty happy with how things are going because Majka sat in the wheels of the likes of Bookman and Giro. Van Aert is to our right. Here are the other guys from the breakaway, and you can see the lead that Bagioli has built up over the course of this climb. He can continue pushing it now to 85 as Giro seems to be struggling on the front, and if these guys hesitate at all, Bagioli suddenly looks pretty good to try and hold on for the stage victory. Romain Bardet now comes to the front to try and hunt down Andrea Bagioli. We can now sit up and recuperate into this descent and then try and just hold it as long as possible to the line. Can he do it? It would be a miracle ride, but we currently have 34 riders at the very front of the race. The likes of Quintana, Yates, Kelderman have all been dropped already. So Romain Bardet is burning up all his matches right now. We have Bissiger too coming to the front. What a ride by the T-Mobile Bianchi legends. And still, we have a minute, and Ciccone falls as well from that group behind. And if we take a look, Theo Gegenhardt should be somewhere in this group behind. Yes, he is. Kelderman. And these guys are trying everything to get back on, but I think Bagioli will be caught on the next climb. But now suddenly we see some moves. The likes of Pozzovivo and Warren Barguil are trying to attack off the front. Adam Yates as well. We need to react right now. Bagioli is about to be caught right here. We'll try and just get in the wheel of Warren Barguil if we can with Andrea Bagioli. But we need to make this a difficult race right now as Bagioli has been caught and Adam Yates is attacking off the front, and the Brit is so strong. 82 resistance he has. My oh my, what a rider. Bagioli, try and do everything you can now for Majka and Patrick Conrad as Tobias Foss is done somewhat. He still has a little bit left, but Majka needs to push this himself, I believe. In fact, Patrick Conrad can work for his GC leader. We cannot have Adam Yates going off the front and gaining time in the GC. And this is making it such a difficult stage right now. So many riders are going to be struggling as we crest this climb right here, with Adam Yates about to be caught by Patrick Conrad in this descent, I hope at least. Here we go, pushing up to Adam Yates, and we get him caught. 23 riders in this group, and I questioned his ability to win the race. Wout van Aert has been dropped right now with 12k to go. He is trying to get back on, but he is struggling. I think Kelderman as well is in that group, as we can get in the wheel of Tobias Foss into the final 10k. So Tobias Foss trying to put in a bit of a heroic rise right now, trying to keep the Van Aert group behind, but this man is so strong, trying to bring himself and I think Wilco Kelderman back into contention as well. And there you go, he does the job indeed. So you know what, let's try something off the cuff right here. Patrick Conrad on the attack with 5k to go in the stage of the Giro d'Italia. We have a few guys trying to follow. Let's get in the wheel of Bauke Mollema with Rafal Majka. He should put us in a good position, but Patrick Conrad has a lead as we come into the final climb to Saltara right now. But Majka, Mollema, Martin, Bookman are all slowly reeling him in. Can we try and get in the right wheel right here with Rafal Majka? And just like that, Patrick Conrad has been caught. We need to follow Vincenzo Nibali right now with Rafal Majka. In fact, we're going to sprint right now with all of our riders. Conrad, Majka, going for the line. Can we take the stage win? I don't think we will today. Instead, Adam Yates wins stage 7 of the Giro d'Italia. Majka, a very strong second place, and that was a very fun finish. Well, that was quite the stage in the end. We have about 24 riders right at the front of the group. I can see Bookman has been dropped for Ineos. He is a pure domestique at this race, crazy to say. But Wout van Aert did manage to get back in to the front as Hugh Carthy holds on to the Maglia Rosa. Also, Andrea Baggioli did take the Maglia Azzurra with his performance today. There we have it then. Andrea Baggioli wearing his Maglia Azzurra, looking brilliant, I must say. And we'll keep everyone in the main group today as we have the Passo Lancio to conquer in the final. What a final climb. So it has taken an absolute age, but finally we do have 6 riders up the roads in today's breakaway. So as EF Pro Cycling have the Maglia Racer, it is their duty to try and chase down that breakaway, but it seems they're not too interested at all in the stage. So probably to me, it seems that Gorka Izagiri has to be the big favourites. And that is especially the case as Kamil Malecki and Tanil Kangert have just fallen, so unlucky for them. And they're going to have to spend a lot of energy getting back on. So 20k to go suddenly, and FDJ take it up on the front. I wonder who they're riding for. Maybe it's Madouar or even Attila Volta or someone, not quite sure. They have a few interesting riders, but no real GC leader in their ranks unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, probably Madouar or indeed Attila Volta. Here we go then, the final, a little downhill section. We are now uphill all the way to the finish. Let's just try and take position in a good position at the front of the race right here. Conrad and Majka can try and do that, and we'll see how this plays out. I think it is Israel right now tempoing for Alex Vlasov. So 9k to go. We're getting pushed back just a little bit in this group. I'm going to up Conrad to maybe 82. Majka, I'm going to try and keep him at 78. He is being protected now by Andrea Baggioli, the Maglia Azzurra. Still almost 6 minutes to the guys at the front as Malecki and Kanga have now overtaken Gorka Izagiri and a few other guys, and they look pretty set still to win this stage. And we're looking pretty good for now with 7.5k to go. But here you go, Bauke Mollema is on the attack. We have Caruso, Nibali, Yates and a few others trying to follow. Bilbao is here, Chavez, Miguel Angel Lopez. We're trying to move up right now with Rafal Majka. Foss, you can try and protect Patrick Conrad for a little bit, but we're going to try and keep a steady tempo the entire way with Adam Yates now at the front. Mollema, Nibali and Caruso have escaped the main group. So Hugh Carthy is staying pretty calm right now in the back of the main peloton. Foss and Baggioli are pretty much done for the day. So Conrad, try and come to the right hand side of the roads if you can, my man, and try and protect Rafal Majka to the finish. There you go. As the Shark is now attacking Caruso, we're now up to over 11%. This is a crazy climb right here. And Vincenzo Nibali so aggressive at this Giro. You can see the guys at the front aren't too far ahead right now. As Majka looking good. Bardet, Yates, Caruso and Mollema are attacking. We're running pretty low on energy as we're blocked absolutely horribly by Adam Yates, and Carapaz now counters that. I cannot follow immediately with Rafal Majka. That block was absolutely horrible stuff. 2k to go. Miguel Angel Lopez is done. Adam Yates is done. Bookman is done as well. Plenty of riders are now struggling. Majka trying to bridge to the likes of Carapaz and Alex Vlasov. Can we get to Carapaz's wheel? I'm going to try. Instead though, we're going to have to follow Vlasov, or instead maybe Wilco Kelderman as the breakaway are caught by Loic Vliegen, who's going to take the stage win, I think, and Rafal Majka is going to try his very best to cling on to the other best GC contenders. But at the front, we have Vincenzo Nibali trying to gain some time, but the rest of the riders are from the breakaway. Majka is going to lose time to Vincenzo Nibali right here, who lost a lot of time in the time trials so far. But Majka will finish with Carapaz, Quintana, Kelderman and Alex Vlasov. So a pretty good performance by Rafal Majka. And drop today we have Mollema, Jai Hindley, Lopez loses a lot of time. So does Bardet, both the Yates brothers as well. And I think that is a pretty positive stage. And Hugh Carthy absolutely explodes and loses the Maglia Racer today. And I have noticed, I think we are going to see Wout van Aert out of the GC battle. Great stage win today by Loic Vliegen. Only 70 mountain. What a win from the breakaway. But taking a look at the new GC, Rafal Majka moves into the Maglia Rosa. What a moment for the team. I didn't really see this coming, I won't lie. But we do move into pink now ahead of Bauke Mollema and Nairo Quintana. And we do have a fair buffer, so I'm hoping we can keep this at least to the end of today's episode. But it's pretty close behind with the top 15 all within 2 minutes. And Vincenzo Nibali, it must be said, how strong does Vincenzo Nibali look at this race? 36 years old. Could Nibali win the Giro for Vini Zabu? What a performance that would be. Apart from that, we do hold on to the Maglia at Zura, so a very good stage for us right there. So underway today, and we're going to keep everyone in the group. David Decker, a +3 day. Can we try and chase his second stage win of the race? I've been pretty poor in the sprints, bar that first one, which I won by accident, to be fair. So hopefully we can try and make up for that today. So TJ is going to help relay on the front as we have a few guys trying to attack to the original breakaway, which doesn't look too dangerous, to be fair. We have just had an interesting move off the front. Samuel Battistella has joined the breakaway, and there are 7 KOM points available right there. And if we take a look at the standings, we do have an 11-point buffer, so we should be safe. Not too worried about chasing that one down. No, it's a nightmare moment. David Decker and TJ Van Garderen have both fallen from the group behind Milano. You need to stay right to the front because you are our backup option today. What a disaster. Can TJ try and get David Decker back to the front of the race? Tobias Foss was trying to get water as well. Absolute havoc right now at the Giro d'Italia with 17k to go in the stage. Luckily, Rafal Majka, the Maglia Rosa, which we haven't taken a proper look at, to be fair. Look at that jersey, looking brilliant in UG Pro Cycling colours. But he is still at the front of the race, whilst TJ Van Garderen and David Decker need to try and get to the front ASAP. And I have had a quick look at the GC contenders at this race. Probably the best of them are Esteban Chavez and Warren Barguil. Romain Bardet here as well, though. Simon Yates too. So they could be quite helpful to keep them behind. We'll see what the tempo is like. And very quick at the front, set by Team UAE. And I think David Decker is now gone for the stage. So to be honest, we don't really have a good lead out now for Sebastian Milano, but I have tried to put Patrick Conrad to the front alongside Baggioli and Sebastian Milano, who will try and finish things off today. But this is going to be really difficult right now. Majka, try and come to the front if you can, my man, as Bauke Mollema is trying to attack off the front. Quinn Simmons' teammate is trying to follow. What is going on right there? What type of move is that by Balcomolama trying to attack for the Magliarosa? I expect he's not going to do it like that. That is for sure. Conrad is done. Can Bagioli try and put Milano in a good position now into the final kilometre? We're going to try and sprint for the line. Sebastian Milano, I've gone too early again. It's a disaster, absolute disaster, as Sam Bennett takes his first win of this Giro, and Milano ends up only 4th on the day, and that was a nightmare sprint by me, but Majka remains in pink. That was pretty shocking timing by me, it must be said. I just went way too early, not for the first time at this Giro. And do we have any time gaps? Let's take a look. Doesn't seem so really, so all of those guys won't lose time in the GC, which Rafal Majka still leads. Okay, how am I going to play this? Because our two sprinters, Milano and David Decker, are on +5 days on a stage full of hills. How do I play this? I think I'm going to try and put them in today's breakaway. So there you go, there is the moment. Finally, we attack with David Decker to the guys at the front. Milano is going to try and follow him up the road as well. Let's see if we're allowed to do this move. So I didn't do it justice in the previous stage, but there is Rafal Majka looking brilliant in the Magliarosa. And we do need to be wary additionally today because we do have some very strong wins right now taking place. And sadly, the breakaways don't really have a big lead right now. It's not really a strong breakaway at all, but they have just over a minute. These guys continue to set a tempo. So Olivier Legac is the next man to be dropped. Only Brent Bookwalter is here now with Sebastian Milano, as David Decker cannot hold on to those two guys at the very front. Well, sadly for us, that breakaway has gone absolutely nowhere, but at least we can try and take these Chiclamino points just up the road right here. So Decker can open up the sprint right now as we have attacks from behind. Let's try and take first and second spot, which we do with utter ease right there. Let's just press on a little bit. That should be fine, but I think we're about to be caught. Stefan Bissiger, Sebastian Hanau and others are setting a really hard tempo. So to be honest, David Decker is going to drop back to the main peloton. He can try and protect Patrick Conrad for a little bit, as Captain Price is completely done already on this -5 day. TJ is struggling a little bit as well with the current tempo, looking after the current Magliarosa, and I think Milano will be caught alongside Vliegen pretty shortly. So there you go, Milano is caught. 7k to go in the climb. I'm not sure if it's worth trying to keep him in this group. We will do for now and try and protect him even. Conrad can maybe go to Majka's wheel, and we'll try and just keep our main GC guys in a good position this way whilst we have no breakaway remaining. Okay, we don't have too much climbing left now today, and we do have a long descent coming up with a few little flat sections too. Still a very large group are together. Maybe I try something here with someone like Patrick Conrad as we come to the top of this climb. No one really is setting a tempo. As I say that, Paulus trying to set a tempo, maybe Iran, but these guys look very tired. Now Iran finally comes to the front. So like I said, no real tempo is being set at all. Instead, I'm going to try and go on the attack with our Norwegian Tobias Foss coming to the right hand side of the road. Everyone in our team can now sit up. TJ, try and protect Rafal Majka, and let's see how this works. Tobias Foss can tempo maybe 85 for this descent and see what his lead looks like at the bottom of the climb. 17k to go. Tobias Foss is doing a very good job. He is starting to get a little tired, so as we come to this steep descent, let's put him down to maybe 65. Try and recover a little bit. I'm pretty sure he will be brought in. So 10k to go. Tobias Foss is in a race to the finish right here. Who do I go for in this final, assuming that Tobias Foss is brought in? Not even too sure, to be honest with you. I think probably Patrick Conrad has to be our leader. We'll stick Milano on his wheel though, just to see if he can withstand these difficult little hills. But Tobias Foss, 7k to go, still has a 40-second lead. Could this be a famous solo victory for the Norwegian? And he is holding this current gap. My oh my, I'm starting to dream right now. What a win this would be for Tobias Foss. He has a few climbs to go. Not too steep to be fair. 4.5k to go. Tobias Foss continues on at the front right now. Majka can come to the front of this group and take position. 3k to go. Come on, Tobias. You can do it, my man. Keep pushing as we come into the final climb today. Up to 90. We can use our gels. Probably too late, I think, Majka. Up to 92 to try and stay with the other GC guys. Even just 84. That should be fine because Tobias Foss is coming to the line. I think he's going to do it here. Come on, Tobias. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. And he's going to do it. What a win for Tobias Foss at the Giro d'Italia. What a solo win. You absolutely love to see it. What a way to end off today's episode. I watched the replay, so sorry we won't see Tobias Foss on top of the podium, but what a solo ride by the 23-year-olds. I think in my very first episode for YouTube Pro Cycling, you may remember I won the Tour Down Under with this man, and he is just fulfilling his potential right here. Soon, I hope, he could be a genuine kind of GC leader at a Grand Tour, but what a performance right there. Majka finished a little way back as I was trying to focus on Tobias Foss, but of course doesn't lose any time. We remain in pink. Wout van Aert remains in the Ciclamino jersey, Bagioli in blue after a great performance today. Hindley is the best young rider, whilst we are second in the Movistar classification. So dudes, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I really loved those stages and the race is going great. We've got our third stage win right now, a hat-trick of stage wins, and we're in the coveted Maglia Rosa. You can see we have some very interesting stages coming up in the next one with some big mountain stages, and we will kick things off with 50 kilometers of individual time trialing. So we have a very exciting episode coming up next time too. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. Drop a like on the video if you did. Tell me what you thought in the comments below and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I will see you in the next one.